Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're so back to the Too Many Men podcast. My name is Alison Lucan, and I am never happier than when I am reunited with two of the most wonderful people in the world. I have to say this. I say this all the time, but we're going to set the tone for this season because as I have been begrudgingly pulling myself back into thinking hockey 24/7, I am reminded at the brilliance and skill and ability to have the most distinctive voice in all of sports journalism. We are so lucky Sara Sivian is with us. Sara, how the hell are you?
I thought that was for sure about Shayna, even though I go
No,
first. I'm
no.
humble. I am great. We got a lot to unpack with Taylor Swift, with the NHL, but I'm glad that we all can be honest about sometimes every season's different in life, every season's different in the NHL, and sometimes it takes a little bit to get back into it. I was having a little panic attack last night watching the game, being like, am I not that excited for this? And I realized it was the Blackhawks. So I'm like, all right. We'll give it a few more games. And then the Avalanche came on, and I'm like, all right, we're good.
Well, we have the most distinctive voice in hockey and in all of sports. We also have the smartest voice in all of sports and the snarkiest as well. She has just finished writing truly the go-to for me in particular of season previews at The Athletic. She is on all kinds of podcasts. We're campaigning to make sure Jeff Merrick keeps her on the regular. It is Shayna Goldman. Shayna, say hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I feel like my ass is getting kicked by the season being back too. It's the first time. I think this was the summer I was like off and unplugged the most ever, and it was such a boring off season,
Same.
but and I love that, but I think it's the bigger ass kicking to come back, right? Like last night starting with the Blackhawks, not give me the Leafs.
Yeah, come on,
Give
girl.
me
I
Leafs Avs night one. What are we doing?
We need like a meme where like the season is the Pittsburgh Penguins last night and we are the New York Rangers.
Honestly. And that game conflicting with the Yankees at first, I'm like, I have to pay attention to this. I have to do my damn job. And then the whole time I'm like, I don't care, and that's okay.
And
And
then
I
the
think we
Rangers
have to
said,
Yeah,
there's
remind ourselves
nothing to
that.
care about. They said, don't even worry
Exactly.
about it. Just look away.
literally.
All right, friends. Well, Sara, do you want to say anything about Taylor Swift before we get going? I feel like we're going to do this episode a little different, folks. We're going to start the season a little different. We don't have our usual segments, but Sara, I do feel it's relevant for a touch of commentary on Life of a Showgirl.
Did you like it?
I like it more the more I listen to it. Here's my issue. I feel like when Taylor Swift says with her own mouth and voice and breath, you are going to get 12 bangers produced by Max Martin. I am about Life of a Showgirl. I'm expecting 12 bangers a la New Romantics, a la Give Me, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, giving me that narrative behind the scenes style. Instead, I got maybe three bangers and a lot of I really am in love with my fiance.
I feel there's like the album starts with one of her best three-song runs to ever exist. And
I
then
love the first
at one
four.
point, yeah,
Father
at
figure
one
two.
point, yes, father figure. Okay, I'm going to get into that in a second. I think it's one of the worst runs of her career too. And that's okay because I think about Reputation, still one of my favorite eras. And to this day, in the beginning, I stood by that album, even though I didn't like Look What You Made Me Do. This is why it's camp, right? And before camp existed, before we looked it in the eye. So I still listen to Getaway Car, like songs like that almost every day, if not every week. And it's okay that some of it's like you take a hit to make a play. That's what Taylor Swift does. And I think there's the more Max Martin aspects of it come out, the more I listen to it. Like the key change in father figure, that's like he used to work with the Backstreet Boys all the time. It's like a Backstreet Boys esque thing with the drama. And I just love and expect that from Max. So it's like this creeps up on you a little bit. And I think I'm just kind of looking at around the world, all of the different types of people dancing around to this. I think we need a little more dancing right now, and she knew that. I think there's some toned up moments. I think that's Taylor Swift, the billionaire, for you. I think we got to stop with the CDs. Who are we running out
There's
of
another one today.
like stop? We need to stop that. Otherwise, great album.
Shayna, have you listened to 1 second of the new Taylor Swift album?
No. There's been so many good releases that like I've been busy, but I will say I have noticed more and more lately I need to listen to albums in their entirety before I judge it. Like
Yes.
Sabrina's new album came out and we were going to a party that night and I was like, let me find the bangers because she only released one single first. And I was like, oh, I guess, Tears is the only banger. And I was like underwhelmed. And then like 2 days later, I listened to it in its entirety. I'm like, wait, I like it. And every day I listen to it again. I'm like, I love this album. It's perfect. I have no notes. So I do
Right.
think it's like maybe there's fewer like we're just expecting everyone to have like their espresso moment and they're not, and that's okay. But I have not listened to a lick of it, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't intend to unless you
That's
guys
okay.
force me.
No, it's okay.
Yes, you
It's
do.
okay.
You do you. And I felt the same about Sabrina's album. And then suddenly I know all the words to Go Go Juice.
And
I'm
it's
like,
perfect. It's a
yeah,
great song. It's a banger.
yeah.
Taste is the best song. It's my very favorite. I love it
So
so much.
it's perfect. Yeah,
It's
no
perfect.
notes. So
Exactly.
I love that Taylor on this album is handing the reins over to Sabrina, and Sabrina ate her up. You have to listen to the Life of the Showgirl song, Shayna, if you
It's
like
very good.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Okay.
Sabrina ate Taylor up vocally, and I love Taylor has grown because she allowed that to happen. So I
Yes.
loved that part of it too. For the greater good of the album, she let somebody else slay for once.
Yeah, I will say the
So
first four and the last song, I think, are the
Mhm.
best on the album.
Yeah.
so let me ask now, if you guys go, because now I'm all in on the whole like pop girly concerts,
Yes.
making the outfits. I fully understand now. I'm in. I'm with it. Um, Are you guys gonna go for like showgirly vibes now? Like, is that the thing? Or are you gonna do like your own era when you go to see her? Like,
Well, she's
does
not touring for this.
oh,
There is no touring.
Halloween though, Halloween I might do one. The music video for The Fate of Ophelia is the best thing about this
Beautiful. It's
entire.
wonderful.
So I'll
Absolutely
do something
wonderful.
from that for Halloween.
Yeah, and watch the video, Shayna. Watch the video. Because
Okay,
then
okay.
it
well,
then it then it brings the concept back together even more. And I love it.
Just like make me a list. 'Cause I was gonna say like that'd be really cool to do. Like that's
I just did the
a
first
wish list.
four, the
no,
last
but like
song, and
tech,
the
I'm
video.
not going to remember, and I'm not gonna listen back to this
You
ever
can name
because
every single player in the NHL and you can't remember that.
no, I can't. Like I know it. It's something that it's like it's gonna go in like a deep pocket of my brain that's just like stored information that I fear I'm never gonna access again.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get on with it. We appreciate all your patience, but we had to discuss. It's very important. There have been texts flying about all of this. We are going to do something different, my friends, to preview the NHL season because we refuse to be like the hockey men. Our preview is going to be a little different. Credit to Shayna Goldman, a la Mina Kimes. Shayna, explain to the people what we are going to do here.
Okay, took inspiration from Mina Kimes in that her way to preview the NFL season, she drafted teams. So we are going to do a draft of all 32 teams here. And it's a good way for us to highlight what we like, what we don't like. Obviously, we're drafting the teams we like most. And it doesn't matter, right? Like we could be like, this is the vibiest team, or we think they're going to be the best. And maybe at the end of the season, we will add up who has the most points to see whose run of teams is actually the best.
And what do we get if we win? Nothing.
I don't know. We didn't think of that
No.
detail
Well,
yet.
we've never had prizes for anything we've done. So that's okay.
Yeah, because it's like we could just get our own merch. We give other people our merch.
Yes, which we will have an
Well,
announcement about
maybe,
at the end. Go
maybe
ahead.
like creative control, like make your own merch. We'll make like a cute little Too Many Men logo with our names on it. Whoever's the winner with like a trophy. Like we'll figure out something.
Okay.
Sure, we will.
Okay. And then Shayna, you determine the order based on what of our drafting.
Too Many Men Cup results.
Okay. So we believe because we can't find the notes, but we know I won. We think Sara was second, right? Is that correct?
That's what
Yeah.
Shayna thinks. I think I was
I'm,
last.
no. I'm definitely last. I
Okay.
remember having a very bad run in the first round, and that's enough for me. I based it on the dogs' picks. It
Oh,
didn't go
that's
well.
right. I think that
Yeah,
is correct. I do.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shayna's going to take notes. We're going to go through and pick our teams, and then we just have to give a quick explanation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm first. I actually don't want to be first because I don't want to have to pick Edmonton. Okay. I'm not going to pick Edmonton because their goaltending is never going to be good. I
Are we,
am,
sorry, are
go
we
ahead.
picking the team that we think is going to be the next best team?
Yes. So we're going to
Okay.
take the best team.
I'm like, okay, I got it.
Okay. Boy, I'm really starting this off incredibly boring, aren't I? Okay, here, okay. I will take with the first overall pick. Thank you to the country of Zoom for hosting our podcast. And thank you to the commissioner, Shayna Goldman. Congratulations to the Florida Panthers for winning last year's Stanley Cup. I am going to take with the first overall pick, the country of Alison Lucan selects the Vegas Golden Knights and hates myself for it. I
Beautiful
think
pick.
I think that this is arguably the most complete roster. It's the one I have the least question marks about. They've made their decision on Pietrangelo. They have Mitch Marner. Sounds like, as we talk, they're trying to make sure Jack Eichel sticks around. I just think they're scary. I think the Pacific is soft enough too that they're going to be able to, if they can start strong, they're just gonna be able to sit up top. Edmonton usually starts slow, and that's going to help them down the stretch. So I take Vegas.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Sara Sivian.
All right, I got Dallas. I think new coach, new old coach, I guess it used to be. And it's the Oilers assistant. It's like, all right, we got some intel here. I kind of like the mind games. Ottinger, I think he's had a few years and it's time. And they mismanaged him last playoff, so it wasn't even on him. I think he's got some perspective, right? I think Rantanen first full season. I think some of their younger kids have also had a few years in the playoffs where it's like, all right, we got to get our heads together and step up. And I think they will.
Also, Glenn Gulleton confirmed Taylor Swift fan.
How did we confirm that?
He said it. They asked him about it at a press conference after the album.
He got asked about the album, or like, was this like a known thing? How does this come up?
Because everyone cares about Taylor Swift, Shayna. It matters. And someone asked him at his availability the day the album was released if he had a favorite song or if he'd listened or something like that. And he talked about how his daughter is a big Swiftie, so he became a big Swiftie. Isn't that cute?
That is cute. I respect it.
Shayna Goldman.
Yeah, thank you so much to the City of Zoom for hosting us tonight. I'd also like to congratulate the Florida Panthers on this. I hope we get this 32 times. And with the third overall pick, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Ooh.
I am doubling down on them as I did from last year. I think the Panthers injuries opens the door for them, but I also think they're in a better position than they were when the season started last year. Minus like the whole Hagel preseason situation. I'm not even talking about that. It's a deeper team than when they left off because now they have that second year of Oliver Bjorkstrand, that first full season. They extended Yanni Gord. We love both of them. I think Bjorkstrand's going to pop off. I don't think he got the chance to because he was hurt last year, and I think he's going to be so good in that top nine. And I think someone like Gonçalves is going to really grow into maybe like a second line role. So I think you combine this elite core that we saw play at such a high level last year with a little more depth. And also the fact that we know that they go balls to the wall every year at the trade deadline. And I'm like, I'm in.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. We should have had like recordings of like a voice from the team, like, so happy to be here, shake hands, what have you.
Wow, fancy.
Maybe next year when we have less of a, like if the decentralized draft is not as painful because you can't pay me to go back to listen to that.
Oh my God, it took so long. Okay. Next, see now, okay. Oh, Shayna, you aren't deleting them from down here.
Oh,
Vegas
yeah, I'll do that.
Here.
I'll do that. Smart.
Okay.
Good thinking.
We're doing great.
We're rusty. Listen, we're regaining our form. Not everyone's Nathan McKinnon.
We started off lofty. I'm more like Adam Fox. Jesus.
Okay. I am going to take with the next pick. Guys, I did have a completely detached offseason. It's like I'm sitting here like I don't like any of these.
I'm bored. No, like I need something crazy to happen soon.
And
That's
it's like you said, Shayna, like so little actually happens. Like there's nothing super interesting about a lot of these teams.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to pick. I pick Colorado. How about that?
I like that.
They don't have the goaltending question marks. They were aggressive and fixed that. They are going to have to make sure that they can address life post Rantanen, obviously, but they looked pretty good. They did not look rusty last night playing the LA Kings, and also rip LA Kings. Other than the New Jerseys, I'm so sorry for your roster. But I just think that they didn't lose, other than Rantanen, they didn't lose a lot of key pieces that would hurt them. And since they've been a power team for a while, I think they just continue that. And, when Sidney Crosby joins them at the trade deadline, they're going to be even better.
It's starting to become not crazy to me, but I'm sure we will get into that, folks. So with my next pick, It's the Panthers. Come on, guys. Yeah. Nothing changed. Obviously, Barkov, that kind of gives us pause, right? All right. Like now we're going to have to hear 400 times per minute that, yeah, he's really underrated. Like we know at this point, he's going to become finally adequately rated because we'll see how much they suffer in his absence. But still, they did the same exact, granted, it was against the Blackhawks, but opening night, they kind of did the same thing they always do with the come from behind win. It's like wash, rinse, and repeat. I think nothing has really changed about the team except I don't know. I also think the way Maurice coaches is he allows more kind of like ambiguity with the sitting and sitting and standing, like sitting and playing. Like I think that is such a key to postseason freshness that maybe someone like the Oilers in Canada, they don't get the luxury of doing it. It's like okay, sorry, I was gonna say sack up, but kind of like, okay, I'm going on a rant here, but I think the Panthers got it down and they're still a contender.
Yeah, who knew? The Panthers are still good.
Yeah, who knew?
In a shocking turn of news.
Yeah. All right. With the sixth overall pick, since they're still available, I will pick the Edmonton Oilers because Connor McDavid
Someone
is
has to
still
do it.
there. Someone has to do it. And listen, I still like their chances because Connor McDavid is staying there. I like the contract that he took. I like that he said, pressure's on, let's roll. You have 3 years of me, make it happen. And those 3 years could go away like this. Like, not just, he doesn't have to play out those 3 years there. Remember, like, if he says, I want out, he's out. So, you combine two of the best players in the world. I think that the fact that they might actually have an infusion of youth is a little interesting to me. Like, if guys like Howard can make an impact, I think that's going to be really huge for them. I like a full season of Jake Wallman there. I don't like the brains behind the operation. I would be, if I'm Stan Bowman, and God
Oh,
fucking help me if I were, um, I would be, I know it's like untraditional in hockey, but I would want McDavid's feedback. And I don't say that in general. I do not think you're a player, you're a player. It's one thing, right? Like if you want to vibe check, like, hey, you've played with this guy before. What are your thoughts on him? Or you go up against this kind of player. Do you think that's good? I would want Connor McDavid's feedback on everything I do with this team. I would be like, you know what? You are actually really smart and an elite player. So like get opinions on what they need or what kind of winger he wants to play with if they don't feel they have that and try to go from there. So I just think McDavid's the only reason why this team is where they are. McDavid and Draisaitl.
see, and that's the thing though. Like you almost don't want his input on who he wants to play with. You need input on like what the rest of the forward group should be, like the depth of the team,
Well, unless they
arguably.
feel that Nugent Hopkins should be that depth, right? Like if they don't
Okay,
feel
but you
like,
need more than
okay,
one guy.
yeah, yeah. Like if they feel
Literally
like, okay,
one.
we're not going to go back to last year. You're going to play with different people. We don't want you playing
Right.
with Leon. Like what else could you play with here?
Right. Okay. Well, Edmonton in a very characteristic slow start to get picked. Right on vibes, right on trend. Okay. With the seventh over, ugh, this is brutal. With the seventh over,
It really is.
it's just dismal. Fine. I will take Winnipeg because Connor Hellebuck will still play really, really well. They do have some key injuries starting off the season, but a goalie can cover up for a lot of things. And I mean, Ehlers is gone. Yes, that is true, but I still think that they're going to be strong enough to be in the top part of the conversation for the season. I'm so uninspired.
As is the eighth pick, which is going to the Carolina Hurricanes on schedule, 10th year of being exactly where they are, not getting better, not getting worse. So hats off.
Yeah, it's funny. Like they had one of the best off seasons, and our attitude is still going to be this with the Canes because it's like prove us wrong at this point, right? Like how many years are you gonna be like, you know what, you're gonna be one of the best teams.
It's so Hurricanes to have the best off season of like the worst off season. You know what I mean? Like
Totally,
that was like
totally.
there was nothing you could really do. So they're like, all right, let's cook.
All right.
Okay. Um, this one's tough. This is I like once we get to the fun
I
risers, it's
know.
different, but it's like this is still like, all right. I'm gonna go with the New Jersey Devils.
Damn it.
Nice.
I think
Yes. Okay. Damn. Good
yeah,
job.
it's like a healthy Jack Hughes, Brat's still sick. Heeshier's still sick. Now you have Luke Hughes to take over as the number one. I think when Kovacevic comes back, I'm really interested to see what happens with Dougie Hamilton. The low-key part of it that we're not talking about enough is that they have one of the smartest assistant coaches in the league. We all look at the Devils and go, oh, what about their defense? Even though they last year were great in December. Brad Shaw is there now.
I
That to
completely
me is
forgot
what's
until
going to
you
take.
said that. Like, who
I
is she
mean,
talking
I
about?
honestly, it slipped my mind too for a bit because I'm like, well, Keefe is really good with two-way talent. And look, Jack Hughes looks better defensively, and this improved. And I remember like last December, they went on that crazy run where they like didn't allow more than like 22 shots on goal in a game for like the entire month or something. Like
Yeah.
the
Well,
the defense is good,
I talked to Brett
but
Pesci
when
about
it's
that.
bad,
Oh, sorry. My Wi-Fi is messing up. I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought we were pausing. Are we still?
no, go.
Okay. God, it's been a while. Um, I talked to Brett Pesci a few weeks ago, and he was just kind of saying the same exact thing, where literally they were the best team in the league until that slew of injuries. But now that's all I wanted to say, so keep going.
Yeah, I just think we're going to be talking about their defense differently now with Shaw there, and their penalty kill is going to look a hell of a lot better too. And I just think that's going to take them up a notch because like Keith's fine as a head coach, but sometimes I think when you're outside of like, oh, this is an elite coach like the Bednars, the Coopers of the world, like it's the full staff now we're talking about. And here's someone we've seen just like ace it everywhere.
Luke Hughes overpaid. I don't care. Overpay everybody. Like let's see some stuff happen.
I love it. Okay. Damn it, that was gonna be mine. I was like, ooh, no one's there's my little gem. Okay. All right. I'll be a little bit crazy.
Ooh.
Maybe. I'll take Ottawa. How about that?
Yeah,
Oh,
come on.
I'll take Ottawa. I like, do you guys, are you watching the Amazon series?
No, never.
I didn't start it yet, but I heard it like wasn't that good, so I was like a little. Is it good? Is it worth it?
Well, I've only seen the first two, and the first one is on the Kachucks, and the second one is on the Blue Jackets and coming through losing Johnny Gaudreau. And those two I enjoyed.
Oh,
But
Okay, I know
yeah.
I wanted to see that episode at the very least, but no, I will actually start it.
So anyway, the first episode was on the Kachucks, and it reminded me that I'm invested in Brady Kachuk winning for some crazy ass reason. And I like Ottawa. I like what they did. I like that they've been building. I feel like with the new ownership and that they've been trending in the right direction. They've got the fans behind them now. They're actually going to potentially build a real new arena. The vibes are strong. They didn't lose any major piece. So I will go with the Senators. Go Canada.
go, oh Canada, go Canada.
Oh,
Am I right? Okay. No, it's one game. Okay. Oh God, what am I gonna do? Okay.
it's
Is there anybody
hard.
out? Is there anybody out there on the West Coast? No, I think the Leafs. Are they even on this? I'm trying to find
Yes,
out. Okay,
they
Toronto,
are
they're
still
there. You
available.
barely see them. Matthew Nice, I think career year incoming. I think is Austin Matthews okay spiritually, physically? What is going on there? I don't need answers. If people don't need answers, we just need to see the goals, baby. So Matthew Nice, there's a lot of pressure on you. I don't want anybody to gaslight ourselves into thinking Max Domi is going to be on the first line. Please, if that starts to happen, if Berube gets too about it all, then like we're doomed. We, the Toronto Maple Leafs, are doomed. But if he and the front office smarten up and make some good trades, all right, because they were smart to not act too crazy on the market that wasn't this summer. So I want to see some trades to help replace Marner more. But I think they might be better if they can all just calm down. But is Matthews okay? That's the question.
Big question. Absolutely.
I'm glad I didn't have to pick Toronto.
I know.
I'm anti-Toronto this week, so
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
purposely.
yeah.
baseball. Okay, yeah. All
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh yeah. Maple Leafs fans gloating to me yesterday. And
Oh,
I don't care that they're Blue Jays fans. You're all Maple Leafs fans to me. It's the same thing. The Toronto fans gloating to me last night. And look what happened. Okay? All right? Like I can't. I won't. I
I cannot.
refuse.
It's
Anyway,
very Leafs of them to crumble like they did last night.
I
Just
mean,
saying.
that's the thing. It's so funny. It is so funny. Like that's something like Marek even texted me about. He was like, "Oh, we've seen this happen a million times," and I'm like, I'm not saying anything until this is over because I don't trust it. I'm not getting my hopes up because I thought I was gonna get excited just to get crushed again. It didn't happen. So we'll punt that a couple more hours. Anyway, um, with baseball in mind, we're gonna stay with the state of New York. The team that bounced back last night on one side of it, the team that ate shit on the other side of it. The New York Rangers, I think, are going to be good this year for some odd reason. I'm going to say Mike Sullivan is going to show that he's one of the best coaches in the world. I am so interested in this because he obviously was with Pittsburgh. You're there for a long time. We don't see long tenured coaches in this league anymore. And I think his staff is interesting. The return of David Quinn.
Very interesting. Who
It
looks
he
like he's aged 800 years, PS, by the way.
I mean, he was in San Jose for the bad years. He was in the bad years of New York, and then he had to go to Pittsburgh. That man can coach a power play. I
Mhm.
think Mika Zibanejad's going to have a bounce back year under him, and I think Shesterkin's going to save their asses because they are going to need it. Do I think they're good? No. Do I think they're going to make the playoffs? Yes.
I agree
Oh,
with you.
did you see Sully looked pissed last night at the end of the game?
And that's what they needed. They need that,
100%.
Yeah.
right? Get it
100%.
together. It's just like they're so incohesive, but at the same time, so many moving parts happened at the end of last season and the off season. It's going to take a minute here.
100%. 100%. Oh, all right. I uh, uh, this is brutal. This is brutal, brutal, brutal. Um, I am going to pick next. They're basically like the same odds between these two teams. Which one do I like better? I will take the Utah Clubbers.
Ah, damn. I was hoping to get them next.
I will take the Utah Clubbers. Again, I feel like that last year in Arizona, we saw them, they were right in contention. And then with all the stress of everything going on, they fell apart. And now with stability, we saw them start to really come together last season. Goaltending isn't going to be jumbling around like it was at the end of last season where you had to ride one guy. And I think you should not do that with any goaltender at any point in time for too long, for the long-term effects on your season. So with the youths, I will say that they continue to take a step and they will, they'll make the playoffs.
Yes.
You heard it here
In.
first.
I think they're making the playoffs. I love this team.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
do
last
too.
year.
They were close last year, and
They
they kind
were.
of were close when it counted, and they had injuries. Like that's the thing. That's what the Devils too. It's like let's see, give them a chance.
100%.
So this draft is an endorsement against expansion. There are too many men in this league. It's like just so much or not. I don't know. It's funny because like I'm going from covering the WNBA where there's like 8 teams make the playoffs to this. So all right. Who's next?
Now it's getting really hard.
Yep. But then it's gonna get fun
Minnesota.
again.
Come on, the Wild. Okay.
Oh.
Kaprizov. I love that he got paid. I like when anybody gets paid, especially somebody as fun as him. But he has never played. He played 81 games, which I'll give him that for a full season. He's never played a full 82.
Right.
If he can, but that's kind of all right. If he can play a full 82, he's scoring a million goals. He's looking better than ever, and they're riding into the postseason. I think Gus Bus has looked good. I think they had a really good, as good as you can as a first round exit when it comes to they need to learn about momentum flipping like that. And Vegas taught them. So maybe they'll be back and have that lesson under their belt.
Good pick. That's a
Very good
sleeper
pick.
pick. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. And that playoff series, Vegas, Minnesota was low key one of the best of round one last year. It was so much
Yeah.
fun every game. The Minnesota Wild are fun. Who knew? Okay. I I'm gonna go with Montreal. I
Ooh.
love their offseason because I think sometimes when you make the playoffs and the bar gets raised for you, or you go on this really good run at the end, you get this like false sense of security that you're somewhere that you're not, and you just go for players that are not in line with your path. And I like that they were aggressive getting guys like Dobson and Bolduc, but those are guys who are going to be good for them now and in the long run. I think that they are both ideal fits. And I get it. It's like, well, Dobson's not going to play power play one. He looked bad on the Islanders last year. He is so much better than last year showed. And I think he's kind of like this like workhorse who can like retrieve pucks and get them out of their own zone and get things started when Hudson's not on the ice. So you're going to have a better like spread of offense ability that's going to play with the middle six too, and not just Hudson in the top lines, this great 5-man unit, and everybody else sucks. And then you pair that with a full season of Demidov. I'm very in.
Yeah, I like their offseason. That was good. They were like the only exciting things to happen, actually, because Carolina was just replacing negatives. But here we go. Okay. I will pick. Okay. I'll do the thing. I will take the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Hell yeah.
This is another team that I think their goaltending decisions down the stretch hurt them last year. I think that if they had been more willing to play Jet Greaves, they actually would have made it over Montreal. This is a team that finally may have, and it's funny how this always happens, right? The GM who gets fired is the guy who actually put the building blocks in place. And this was done for Jarmo Kekalainen. Now he's doing it for Don Waddell, which is all the young talent that basically is recreating the University of Michigan in Columbus, which is hilarious. Zach Werenski does not get enough respect, even in damn player tiers. I'm sorry, still should be higher.
We had him 2A, and we had to knock him down. Like, it is crazy.
I know. Youth, Zach Werenski, better goaltending. I know there was a ton of inflated shooting percentage for their team, but as we have talked about, if you are an Adam Fantilli, you could potentially have an inflated shooting percentage because you're just that good. So I will take Columbus.
All right, I got the Capitals. I'm surprised to see them still on the board. I think obviously they did the thing that people thought they were going to do where they regressed in the playoffs. But I mean, it's no small feat to still get to the second round, right? It's like we can't just laugh them off now. They got Coach of the Year. They got Ovechkin's last year. They've got McMichael. They got Protests, however you pronounce that. There's a lot going on up and down the lineup. I understand that like half a team had a career year last year. I think Dylan Strome fits really well in there. And I understand like some of these guys aren't getting any younger, but I think Tom Wilson getting older is good. Like, I think he's a little more mature now. He's at the quotes last year. It's like, I'm 30ish. I should give it up. It's like, we're the same age and I get it. So I think they're going to be better than people think this season.
My pick. Okay. So you guys picked the two of the best coached teams in the league in my book with Carberry and Evison, and we love them both. And now I don't want to do this. I'm doing this for the team, not the coach.
I know what you're going to do. Don't do it.
I don't.
I am doing this. Fuck, I don't want to.
You should feel shame. I know what you're going to do.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, good.
I'm not doing it. You know what? I didn't like the St. Louis Blues off season. I did not like their off season. I think getting rid of Bolduc was a big mistake. I did not like their off season at all, and I think they should have done more to build on it. That being said, I think the Blues turnaround last year was very impressive, and I think there's sustainable elements to it. I feel like I've been seeing a little bit of Dylan Holloway slander, and I do not like that. Okay. Oh, he gets hurt. He's a very good player. Everybody gets hurt. I don't look at him and say he's injury prone yet, right? Like, I'm not at that level. So it's not a good thing the Oilers got rid of him. We do not need to like rewrite history and pretend this is okay. I think that they have a solid team that can be in the playoff picture again. I still think they need a little more star power behind Robert Thomas. But I think they're a deep lineup that can shake things up in the West.
Wow, a round of all good coaches. That you would have messed it up, Shayna, if you did pick what you were going to pick.
That's what I'm sitting here like I love you, Lucas Dostal, but I can't.
Oh, see, I was wondering. Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not ready.
Karma is a bitch, people.
How dare you take away Greg Cronin? Who I love. I don't care what anybody thinks. Like South Boston kid for life.
All right. God. I am going to own the homerism and I will pick the Seattle Kraken.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you for taking it off our hands.
I picked them so you don't have to. Is that where we're at?
It's okay. I think I'm being negative because I'm sad. Sorry, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
So listen, last year they underperformed way more than they should have. They were more talented than what they did on the ice. I think that Lane Lambert is actually, the more I get to know about him, the exact coach they need right now for this team. I am on the Lane train. I think that this team doesn't get a lot of attention for the nuances of what works and what doesn't work. And so it's easy to obviously base what they're going to do on the last 2 seasons. But I think that they are going to be better than they were last year. And I think that the Pacific is so weird in the middle, right? That I think that if they can play well and get healthy and stay healthy, I'm a little concerned they don't have Capo Caco to start the season. But if they can get healthy and stay healthy and be at their best, they can be in the conversation. How about
Yes,
that?
and they figured out the goaltending situation, so that
Yes.
was major. I think they've made decisions in an urgent enough amount of time when it comes to head coach, front office, and all that jazz, where it's like, I really appreciate that. So I think I agree.
Okay. Your turn.
Okay, let's look at take a little look see here. The Red Wings. I think it's time for Yizer to plan. Iser, I'm sorry. I just
Yeah,
when
Iser.
it's
It gets me every time.
when it's like looks like that, the Iser plan, the Iser plan. I don't know why. Like I need to just like do go to detention and just like say Iserman. Like I know what it is, but yet the why persists. So it's why Wiserman is what I'd say. Why are you not making bigger moves? So the why is silent because why? So okay. They completely turned it around in the second half, right? They got John Gibson. They the Bruins suck now, so the Sabres are going to do much better. I think they got less competition, but they can't look at it that way. I think they need to make some trades, right? They need better center depth. Oh my God, they need to not just keep recycling James Henry Dreamsdyke. Like, hello, no offense to him, but like that can't be the only move you make other than John Gibb. Like these people, I love them, but they're older than me, so it's like we need. Like, is there somebody in the middle? Because like we get all the kids, we get the CAARP. It's like we need somebody in their prime, please. Like, is that too much to ask? But this is supposed to be an endorsement. So if they just get two of these guys, then they're good.
Just two.
Just two,
Just two of
please.
these
Like,
guys.
I just want two players in their prime. I guess we have Dylan Larkin. Come on. Okay. DeBrincat. Two more.
All right. Well, I am not buying the Iser plan at all. And I have issues with Detroit. I
The
feel
eyes
like
are sham.
honestly, at this point, it is. Every year I'm like, okay, they're gonna do something, they're gonna do something, and it doesn't happen. And as much as I like the John Gibson edition, I fear there's another team in the Atlantic that's actually gonna outperform them this year. I am going with the Buffalo fucking Sabres. Okay, this
That's
is
as
the
close to a
year.
homer pick as you get.
Yeah, I this is the year. I'm saying it
I like
because
it.
Yeah, it's a good
yeah,
pick.
like it's Rasmus Dahlin is sick. Okay, he's one of the best defensemen in the world, and I think we're gonna see it this
Yeah.
year. I think if they went into this year, I don't agree with Tage Thompson being a center. I mean a winger. I
I
think
don't
he's a
agree
center.
with him, period.
Well, that too. But I think at least having the off season to plan for that, it's like okay, you're going into the year thinking you're going to be a winger, and it changes things a little bit. And now someone like Tuck is their second best winger instead of their first, and I think that helps. But like low key, like I think they're going to be annoying to play against with guys like Benson and Josh Stone, and I think that's going to like help them build this middle six identity that they have not had at all, and help them not be so top heavy. So I'm going to go with them. I think everyone's getting into the right ages for them to actually be relatively good from what we expect.
Okay. Mm. Okay. I am going to pick the Islanders. I feel like they will be powered by the ability to wear whatever they want and grow facial hair, to be more free in how they play. New GM, Matthew Darsh, who's been rumored to be a great mind for forever. So we're going to see what he can do. They obviously get Matthew Schaefer. That's like the craziest, the fix is in ever, but I digress. But in all seriousness, I think that we're looking at kind of this next evolution of the Islanders, and I'm really interested to see what it's going to look like without the shackles. And they do have some talent now. Noah Dobson, obviously, we already talked about, not there anymore. Varlamov is hurt, right? Varlamov is hurt.
Yeah, but it's fine because Sorokin's gonna.
Yeah.
So he was sick last year too.
Okay, so I take the Islanders.
You know what? At least they have a new direction.
Correct.
It's a different time. It's a different vibe.
Correct.
Like, yes, if Barzal's as good as he was last year across 82 games, great. Sorokin, I don't think ever gets the credit, but it's just a new voice, a new moment. And it does feel like if they don't like Patrick Roy, there are replacements in place for him right now. And those associate coaches, I think, is massive for a team whose special teams were, oh my God, were they bad?
Agree
with that. All right. I'm going to take the Canucks.
Damn it!
It's like...
I thought I owed it to them.
Yeah. Well, I'll give it to them earlier, right? Because they'd rather be the higher pick. So I am done checking in on Thatcher Demko. I don't know. I'm going to just assume that everybody else is right and that he is healthy, I guess. So if he, on that premise, I think they've had enough time removed from the JT Miller of it all. I mean, losing Suter, that is Cider, not good. That's really bad, guys. Right. Was that right the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. So losing him, that stinks. Keeping Brock Besser, that's good. Pedersen is obviously, and Demko, like, because I don't believe it. But when I see it, I'd love to see him play a full season. I love, not the full season though, maybe less, so then he can have the playoffs, but I digress. I think if he's healthy, they have a good chance as anybody else on the list. And I really am like nervous for Pedersen. I just want him to play well, and I hope that he does.
Agree.
Okay, I'm going fully off the board here, which tells you what I think about a lot of the teams left on this list. I don't care that they're not going to be good, because in the long run, they're going to be good. I'm going with the San Jose Sharks, the most fun bad team you know.
Vibes.
The vibes are impeccable. I can't wait to see what Celebrini does in year 2. I can't wait to see what guys like Eklund and Smith do with another year of development under their belt. With Misa making the team and Dickinson, I think it's so exciting. And I think the coaching, I think they did such a good job. Like, this is the difference too. Like, they had David Quinn a couple of years ago. I don't think David Quinn is head coach material. And I think that's going to separate my opinion from him. And like, this is going to be a decisive year for someone like Lane Lambert. Can he rebound in a second go? But you see the difference of this team from Quinn to Warsofsky in 1 year. And I'm like, okay, like, it's just the right energy they need. Everything just feels like they have the right veterans in place. Like, they're doing a rebuild the way you want to see it done. And I think that's really encouraging. I think they've done a great job of turning everybody else's trash into these, big time draft picks. And just, they're doing the right things to keep everything going while saying guys like Tyler Toffoli, like, you're staying here and you're going to be everyone's dad. And we love that for him.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. All right. They are fun as hell to watch, actually, because they're having fun. But at some point, they're going to have to get serious too, though, I think. Okay. God, this is brutal. I am going to pick, I think, the Calgary Flames. Dustin Wolf is just, look, I'm going goalie heavy on my picks this year. Dustin Wolf basically almost willed them into contention last year, and I think he's only going to get better. Zane Parekh, what's he going to be? We'll find out. And again, the Pacific has this muddy middle, and Calgary was at the top of the muddy middle last year. So there you go. Yay. One little flame.
One little flame. One literally
Half of
one
a
little
fire
flame because everyone
emoji.
thinks Wolf is short, and I don't because I get it. He plays small, and that's such a conversation.
um, I love how much we don't enjoy the LA Kings and what they've done. That like objectively, they're better than like we picked the Sharks over the Kings, and
The
that's what
Sharks
I
are the
love
first
about us.
California team
Like,
to go.
yeah. But okay, I'll bite. I'll bite. I will take the Kings because yeah, they're it's just we're so sick of them doing the same exact thing year after year. And now it's like even worse with all of the similarities to Oilers years past. It's like, guys, you keep losing to this team. Why are you acquiring the trash from the team that they didn't even want? Like, or they couldn't. It's just like, can we please? It's just the things that play out publicly where it's like, first of all, poorly coached. Granted, yeah, good for you for firing the coach, but then you followed up with the worst, like, off season. You didn't have
Worst.
to do anything, and you did,
Worst.
and it was all bad.
Wait, who fired their coach? LA?
Did they not?
No, they kept Jim
No.
Hiller.
Yeah.
What?
They
After
brought
all
in
of that,
Ken
they
Why did
kept
I
Jim
Holland.
just
Hiller.
assume that happened? Oh, they
Then they
fired
brought
Ken
in Ken
Holland?
Holland. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Got
they
Who
it.
got
then
rid of Rob Blake.
Oh, come on. So they have Jim Hiller still there, and now they
Hmm.
have Ken Holland. Come on, bro. That's even worse than I thought. Okay. So
yeah.
congrats, guys. Moving on.
And last night, it's like I get it, it's one game, but you're like you can already see how much trouble like a CC pairing is going to have. Like CC Dumoulin, like are we
That's
doing that?
not. I texted that to a Kings fan last night. I'm like, CC Dumoulin, you're shocked that it's going this way? Here we are.
It's like you have
Kopitar,
three
it's like it's
one-dimensional
last
defensemen.
season, and he's like the only one. Like he's cooking. Who else? Kempe, but it's like, oh, it's so frustrating to be them. Probably,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
it's
jerseys are sick.
the
yeah.
jerseys are cool, but I just go, I get it, it's like, well, they have structure, they have defensive structure, and I'm like, okay, so are the forwards and Mikey Anderson just going to carry it because
But you need people who can actually execute in the structure. Like
yeah,
you need people that move around and play defense.
can move. I
Yes.
if you're in a division
Arguably.
with Connor McDavid, I hope your defenseman can skate and more
Arguably.
than and
Literally,
like what are we doing?
Arguably.
Oh my God.
All right, Shayna, what's your doom pick here?
Okay, since we're going Doom picks, I will now take Anaheim, and I'm
God
not
damn
doing
it,
it for the coach. No,
no.
no, I'm not doing it for the coach. We're ignoring that. He's
They
not
have to be
there.
last. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna take them because I think Leo Carlson is a star. I think Troy Terry is so good. I think Luke Stonestyles is gonna save this team.
yeah.
And Jackson Lacombe to me, I am thrilled to see. Like I get it. Yes, it's a little bit of an overpayment. Do I think he'll grow into it though? Absolutely. He was so good in all three zones last year, and it's like I feel like a lot of players in Anaheim just took steps back or you couldn't see the good through the chaos. I feel that way for like Terry in particular, that I will pick them for this roster of growing talent and only this roster of growing talent. Because I have questions honestly, like at every level above that. Like I don't know how I feel about Verbeek as a GM personally with some of the decisions that have been made. So I'm gonna give it to like the rising stars and only the rising stars.
All right. There are 5 teams left, and this is a death slog. I am going to pick Nashville only because they are the best of the remaining teams, and it literally can't be as bad as last year. That's honest to God all I have.
I've got Boston. I feel you got David Pastrnak, Charlie McAvoy, and Hampus Lindholm are back. Jeremy Swayman's like guaranteed that he's going to have a better season than he did last year. New coach seems really nice. I think the issue obviously is that they don't want to be good. They want at least 1 year of being bad. And it's like, despite all the kind of like good players, I guess the center is where everything's going to fall apart, right? And then they're going to trade more people away during the trade deadline. So I think it's going to be like slightly better than bottom of the barrel, but still, end of the year is going to stink.
Agree. Shayna, look at these 3 masters you have to choose from.
God, this is All right.
For the listeners, if you're not following along at home, the three remaining teams are Chicago, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh.
All right. I'm gonna go Chicago. I
Ooh.
think this is the year they finally take a step forward, and I think it's a measured step. Let's not go crazy, but like I feel like Bedard has taken so much shit over the last couple of years, and some of it's because Celebrini comes in and is an instant impact player, and Bedard, the defense has held him back, or he's not where he should be offensively. I think coaching there has been really odd. I think that they've brought in guys to play with him and they haven't always played with him. Like you looked at it last year, and I remember like when they made the coaching change, I think he played like 15% of his 5-on-5 ice time with Tyler Bertuzzi. And I was like, wasn't he brought in to play with Bedard and give him someone capable? But also I think you're gonna see guys like Nazar, like he looked great last night. Yes, it's confirmation bias, but also like, okay, everyone's gonna focus on Bedard for the matchup game that I think will free him up a little bit more to be good offensively. And I think you're starting to see like they went with the bold strategy of not adding more veterans in the offseason. They're like, the kids are going to do it. And I want to see what happens. Now you have a good goalie. Like, it just feels like you're starting to see like one little glimmer of light. So if they can keep walking that way, maybe we're on to something.
Okay. I will pick the Pittsburgh Dubases.
Oh.
Mainly because this is based in zero fact, only one fact. One fact. The one fact is they still have Sidney Crosby. The rest of it is I refuse to let them get picked last, because if they end up with another generational franchise player out of this, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. Like it just, of course they do, right? Of course they do. And it's so disorganized. And the final reason why I'm picking Pittsburgh is because there's only one team left. And I feel that it's very fitting that Sara has to talk about them.
Philly?
Yeah.
Why is it fitting? Gritty?
I don't know. I just vibes.
I expected them to be way higher, but that's the way the cookies crumble in here. I feel as though Zegras, yeah, obviously, God, it's like one of the narratives of the preseason that you either have to be so hard for or against that, like, okay, is he going to have the comeback season or is he not? And like, maybe it's a little more complicated than that. Maybe he like gets back into it. I don't know. He's still pretty young. I like I think they're going to be, I don't know. I think they're going to be better than a few of these teams. I think Michkov, I've watched him a lot because it's so fun with Rick Tocchet. I feel like that combination, he's going to let him rip a little bit. You get Zegras, it's going to be more fun. It's still baffling, like, where's your goalie? Like, that's kind of tough. They need some rebuilding to do. And again, like last year, part of the reason Torts left is because they don't necessarily want to win. I think it's time to want to win. So we'll see what they're made of.
And there you have it, Shayna. You as last, you don't even get another team. You only end up with 10.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I do not need anything from the state of Pennsylvania right now. It's fine. It's totally fine.
All right.
I do. I need them to fire James Franklin. Okay.
Oh, here we are. We'll get Steven on and you guys can talk about that.
Yeah.
He was at the game last weekend. He and a bunch of his friends went to LA. Yeah. Yeah.
So sorry.
Sorry, Steven. All right. So to recap for the Too Many Men draft for the 2025-26 season, I have Vegas, Colorado, Winnipeg, Ottawa, Utah, Columbus, Seattle, the Islanders, Calgary, Nashville, and Pittsburgh. Sara has Dallas, Florida, Carolina, Toronto, Minnesota, Washington, Detroit, Vancouver, the Kings, Boston, and Philly. And Shayna has Tampa Bay, Edmonton, the Devils, the Rangers, Montreal, St. Louis, Buffalo, San Jose, Anaheim, and Chicago.
All right.
Congrats to all the people.
At the end of the thing, we'll just end the thing, the season. We can count up all the points and see who won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what we will do for no prize or no reward other than bragging rights. But here we are. All right, my friends, that brings us to the end of our episode. No game today because we wanted to focus on this draft. We appreciate you being back along for the ride with us. We love to come here and talk about all the fun things on and off the ice. If you want to talk with us when we're not recording, you can follow us on social. We are at 2_much_man on Instagram and Twitter, you replace those underscores with hyphens if you want to find us on Bluesky. Big, exciting news. Thanks to Shayna, we have moved our merch to a new provider that actually sends you what you order in a timely fashion. The new URL, which we will have in the show notes as well, is tooManyMen.printful.me. You will find all our original core merch there, and every month we'll be doing a new merch drop to add fun new stuff that you're used to seeing and maybe some stuff you haven't seen before. And until we talk again, we wish you a very happy beginning of the NHL season and ask you to please do something, no matter how big or small, to make sure hockey truly is for everyone. We will talk to you soon.
Love ya, and want to say that every time, I don't know, when we get these notifications, right? Or these, like, some people will say, "Are you guys coming back?" It's like, I am humbled and very grateful for that, because it feels like this is one of the things that I look forward to the most every week. It's like we're kind of yapping, venting, genuinely talking, laughing with each other. So the fact that people listen to it, sometimes I forget about that because it feels less like a job than anything. So love you guys.
Bye.
Period.
Good job, Shayna. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon.